And we are live.
We're live. I don't have the firecrackers playing because people are sick of them. Last week we opened the show with the firecrackers. No 4th of July this year, so I guess it's been every other day.
Yes.
Jess is back with us. Sean Zen all dressed up for the occasion.
What's happening?
Sun's out, guns out.
He was dressed that same way for his mother's service the other day, so Sean Zen does give not
Absolutely.
zero a fuck about anything.
No, I don't.
So what's going on, Jess? Welcome back.
Hi, guys. Missed you.
Are you COVID safe?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, up until I stepped into the studio, yes.
Somewhat. I have a whole bunch of stuff to get into. We got Turtle Boy coming on at 4:30. There's some the investigative Channel 12 story that Chief Dupere, when he stepped down, that's going to be out there. We got our sponsors that we always got to get into. CHOP, Rhode Island changing their name. Where can we start?
Yikes.
Graduations were all canceled. That was nice. I did notice in Somerset, since we have a Somerset resident with us, that my father's name was memorialized on the Scholarship Foundation. That was very nice.
Now, what did your dad teach there?
He was the vice principal.
Oh.
And go figure, he taught psychology for 25 years.
Well.
So I used to read the books when I was on the toilet when I was a little kid to try to figure out what makes people tick. And I guess it would take a team to figure out the way me and you tick, Jess.
Oh, I think we're pretty predictable.
Yeah.
No fucks given. I think that's like the
Really, it is.
precursor
The
to
motto.
everything we do.
I was late today too. I found in the background we have a secret
Operative.
person that might be coming out soon.
Today?
Yeah, if the poll gets here in time, we're waiting on the poll.
Yikes.
So I sat up in front of the unemployment office today, and
By choice? What were you doing? Why?
no, I was just hanging out there listening to some sports shows, writing down some ideas.
Not even a park with some shade, just straight up North Main Street?
No, I mean maybe find a hooker. I'm dying. Mead's still
Not over there.
Some inspiration.
It's definitely not in front of the Fall River Police Station, especially today.
Oh, my God.
I mean, talk about getting some head. The gentleman blew his brains out
I
on the
will.
curb.
I will
Horrible.
say that there's a subculture of stay-at-home moms right now that are obsessed with the scanner, and some of us even have Facebook message groups called Channel 2. I don't know if anybody knows what Channel 2 means in the scanner world, but that's
Is that like the 2 girls, 1 cup
it's
thing?
God no. That's like when there's too much action going on the regular scanner, they switch over to Scanner 2.
Yes, yep.
But anyway, I heard something go over there, and it was temporarily out there that they thought it was a Fall River PD that had shot himself.
No.
So obviously, of course, I'm sure you know many guys on
Yeah.
the department.
Yeah, I mean,
you start to
it's-
worry.
yeah.
You know, but it turned out not that, right?
No, definitely it wasn't. It was a very familiar Portuguese name, so I don't want to say it.
Okay.
Because I don't know if the family's been notified or whatever. But
What are the circumstances, though?
The-
I haven't had a chance to update.
okay, so what I was told by someone close to the source is that the spouse, wife, or whatever, he was in his mid-50s, lower 50s. And we predicted this at the beginning of COVID, that there would be depression, suicides, homicides, and it's happened. It didn't take a team of psychiatrists to figure that out, but this gentleman went down in front of the Florida police station today and did it right there. I don't know if he lives nearby, if he was going to do like one of those cool things that they do where they get the cop to shoot him, suicide by cop, and the cops just weren't interested. Maybe they were over at St. James having a few beers before the end of their shift.
Hey.
I mean,
St. James is not open yet.
Oh,
but-
it's not?
No, not
Okay.
yet. Next week, I think.
Next week, yeah.
So let's talk about that. I saw something today where Channel 12, the person close to the former chief, had posted that he thought it was bad that they were putting this out there, and it was because they were going to take advantage of the negative police stories lately. But you know, as someone that knows, and my brother was friends with a lot of the police officers, that's been going on since I was a kid.
What?
At the end of a shift, the
Right.
lieutenant, the sergeants, whatever, they'd either go to Billy's Cafe,
well, I used to bartend at the Belmont, and
Belmont.
you
the
could
Ball.
always tell if you didn't know who the cops were. You could always tell because they had on white T-shirts, black pants, and black shoes.
Yep.
Because they basically finish their shift, take off their uniform tops, and then go in and not debrief, but what do you do when you're just like trying to come down from a shift?
Well,
you know what I
it
mean?
depends.
Especially in that job.
You know, you could have a day that you go to court where you get paid for the full day and you get out at noon. It could be a pouring thunderstorm day, mid-month, where a lot of people are broke, and you know that you can probably cut the guys loose a little bit early. And I think it was probably something like that. I don't know. I think we'll find out tonight. But I do think
So is this?
someone set someone up.
I've actually, and I'll talk to you about it later. I believe I know who set this whole thing up,
Okay.
and it's dirty.
Yeah, I mean,
It's very dirty.
having to be a Jesus Racine way back in the day.
I remember. I will tell a story. I'm back. I remember I owned Swedes Cafe with my baby daddy, who also owns the St. James Pub, and we had just bought Swedes Cafe. So it's where Tequila Lime is right now. So
Yes.
it's literally on the same block, a building away from the St. James. And it was the day we bought it. And the previous owners, do you remember Jeanette?
I don't remember much of when I come out of bar rooms.
Paul Dussault.
Yeah.
So it was Paul Dussault and Jeanette were the owners, and it was a very bad situation. They got divorced. They didn't want to sell the business in the building. It was a reluctant thing. They did, and anyway. So I get the keys first night there, and I'm cleaning, and they show up, and they're just mad, and they want to start taking stuff off the walls, and it's just starting to get crazy, and it starts to get aggressive. And another guy was there on my side, and he kind of was jumping in and helping me out, and Paul Dussault hit that guy. And I was very young. I was very scared. So the first thing I did is ran out the door, and I ran to the St. James Pub, and there were a bunch of cops there because they were after their shift. And they all came over, hands on their guns, and ran over and, de-escalated that situation. But, I mean, my whole existence, I've known that cops are at bars after their
Yeah,
shift.
I mean, what do you
Yeah.
do? Like, I mean, that was the thing anyway. Bars seem to be out of business lately, but
What was the issue? Is it that he had the car?
I think the issue was that someone set him up for one. So
Right.
So the issue is that he was on work time. Now, if you're the police chief, I would assume that you're the chief 24/7. If you're going to go out to a wedding and get hammered, you probably call the deputy chief, let the man know, hey, I'm going to be incapacitated,
Right.
or whatever. I think the code word is Leary 11. They're going to be Leary 11 and unavailable. So, but, I'm sure that's not an often type of thing. But, they had a couple beers, and whoever it was knew the timing and the dates that they would do it. And they brought in a video. Is it
Someone to
illegal
tape
to videotape or
I think it
record
is-
somebody without?
I mean, I think if it's in a public place, the expectation is that you could be recorded. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, if you're in public, then you have no assumption of privacy.
I'd like to reference my Fall River Raw live video from Government Center when I was taping the night that they were trying to remove Jazel.
Oh my God! With the aunt,
And with the aunt and
my
the
God.
expectation of being videotaped.
I think
and-
that had more views than any video I've ever done.
And it's gone, which makes me so upset.
I know.
There's no evidence of it.
Well, and you know what? You did a good thing by doing that. The person asked you to do that. I've done that from time to time. I know that Turtle Boy doesn't do that.
No.
He keeps the shit up there
Screenshots are forever.
Yeah, he keeps that forever, and he does a good job with that.
Erin keeps all my screenshots.
Social justice warriors out and about. I don't know if you noticed, but I had a skirmish. I forget what it was with who's the lady that created the national anthem? Erica Scott Key, or is it Erica Scott Pacheco or something?
Where's she at? What is she doing?
I think she's still trying to ruin landlords' lives by telling them how people don't have to pay their
You
rent.
cannot evict.
Yeah, so she's definitely advocating for that while trying to run for mayor or some government position. And there's some people that I talk to that think she actually has a chance. Meanwhile, I was perusing through the archives the other day, and I saw a conversation between us that I shared with Jordan. And Jordan was like, of course she wanted it posted. Otherwise, she wouldn't have. I said, yeah, but I just sent it to you, not to be, you send it sometimes to someone with the assumption that they're not going to share it. But,
Do you though?
I mean, reasonably expectations. I mean, usually I'll say, listen, do not share this.
Right.
Otherwise, it's up for interpretation. Obviously, you're going to show your friends. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, I'm sure there's probably 1,000 people out there who are like, "Hey, this is Leary, the guy from the commercials. Listen to this," and that happens. But I don't know. That can always become a mess.
I
But,
think when you put anything written down, that's it.
yeah,
That's it.
Yeah.
Even in a private message, I mean, you can post anything online, but even private messages, they
Well,
can go anywhere.
who's this guy? I don't even like the kid. He has a night show. An older guy.
Here?
Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, Jimmy
Kimmel?
Kimmel.
The blackface thing?
Yeah.
Was that him?
I'm all about the cancel Kimmel culture right now.
Yes. Yes.
What a hypocrite. What a fucking hypocrite.
Right, yeah. Well,
All
that
of
was
these
from the
fucking
90s.
liberal Hollywood people are such fucking hypocrites.
They are.
And I am
They are.
loving watching all of these pieces of old footage come to fruition where people have to literally go, oh, wait a second. I was literally just sharing this guy's stuff and he's a social justice warrior and it's all about the BLM movement. And then you legit watch a video where I think he was Karl Malone in one of them, blackface, trying to do
Yep,
like a
yep.
bad, piss poor Karl Malone mailman
Did a
impression.
Snoop Dogg, where
Yeah.
you flip the N-word
Drop the
around.
N-word over and over and
Yeah,
over again.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
So, but depends on who you are. Like if that was 30 years ago or 25 years ago, some people will say. But the same things they want to bash people for were 25, 30 years ago. Well, if you thought that way then you think that way now.
Right.
The governor of, they're changing Aunt Jemima and the pancake. And first I want to get off to say that I did get some feedback from some people that aren't comfortable with the way we talk. We're just telling you what's going on. And what my personal belief is doesn't have anything to do with his, hers, Sarah's, hers, anyone. So just keep that in mind. But, I mean, all lives matter, Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter.
I think it's good to get the
everybody.
conversations going so you can hear everybody's
Of
perspective
course.
on things.
Absolutely. Forever Raw, you're live.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's happening?
What's happening?
Not much. Did you guys saw last night's protest to try and take down Thomas? Was it Thomas Jefferson or
Andrew Jackson.
Andrew Jackson?
Andrew Jackson.
No, the $20 bill.
What a crazy fucking liberal people they are. I'm sad to say that. Well, technically, I will still vote whatever, but I'm independently. But I'm just so fed up with people, with everyone.
I mean, I get the whole, some people are conservative, some people are liberal, but there's just way too much extremism.
Yeah.
This is no. You want to talk about extreme? Look when Nazi Germany took over and they burned books.
Yeah?
They're taking down statues. They want to take down statues, not just on what happened with the Civil War. They want to take down the shit of a former father, a president.
I don't agree
went
with
through.
the statue thing. I just think it doesn't really do much other than a symbolic taking down of whatever.
Yeah.
But I think statues in themselves are kind of stupid and creepy anyway. Like emulating individuals and like a permanent fixture in your community. There's a lot here in Fall River. I just find them to, it's
well, I
an
was
antiquated
gonna
practice.
Well, I would say that when it comes to statues, why are statues put up in the first place? To show what that person did for at that time.
Right.
You can hate Andrew Jackson for him, whatever reasons besides doing positive things for this country.
Right.
So, what, you're going to judge everybody who owned a slave?
I mean, you can't
Back then?
change history by taking down a
You
statue.
can't.
The history of this
But
country
these
is
are
still going to
ignorant
exist.
people.
And
Right.
if you erase history, it repeats itself.
Yeah, good. We learn a
Yeah.
lot from the history.
Yeah.
The South Dakota governor says that not in his watch is anyone going to mess with Mount Rushmore. And that's got a couple of those guys on there.
Oh, fuck that. Are you kidding?
I hope someone tries to drive into it with a bus or something.
Or a biplane.
What are they going to do? They're going to blow it up with a bomb?
I was thinking that same
Who
thing.
knows?
It's going to need explosives for that, but
Who knows?
Yeah,
man?
I think it's, I think there isn't much action people can take right now, and they're grasping at whatever they can, and those things are available. They're out in the streets, and they feel like that's a place where they can take action. I think that whole culture of statues is just bizarre, emulating or paying homage to people in the form of I don't know, what is it? What is the word that
I
you
have
use?
no
Like, it's just
problem.
weird.
Well, I personally don't have no issues of giving that person credit for whatever they did in the past. Like, even I wouldn't care if there was a famous celebrity statue.
Right.
But where does it end,
Right.
people?
Well, what I think I just watched, it was on ESPN, but it's about the guy that makes the busts for all the guys that are entered into the NFL Hall of Fame, I think.
Yeah.
That also I still think is kind of weird. It's kind of weird.
Everyone's
you know what I
bronze,
mean?
right?
Yeah.
Just have
Yeah.
a statue of your own head.
How can you tell the
Yeah.
fast ones apart from the slow ones? You gotta they use a light bronze. But Cole, we got a tight show today. Thanks for calling
Have
in.
a good one.
Appreciate it later. And when I was talking about extremism, I was talking about this in Branson, Missouri. There was a Black Lives Matter rally, which they have the right to do that. That's fine. Let them get their message out there. And then there was a woman with a Confederate flag that was yelling and screaming that she's going to teach her grandkids to hate you all. And that's disgusting behavior. That lady should be arrested. She should be just shot in the forehead.
Wait.
Just as crazy as it should be, because
Wait. She was saying she was going to teach her children to hate.
hate all the black people.
Okay, you can't arrest her for that.
Well, I understand that,
She also shouldn't die for that.
but she's stupid for saying something like that.
I would 100% agree with you, but you can't shoot somebody.
Okay, and just like the social justice warrior, I don't know if you're familiar with Brad Kazel, Marine Sergeant Major, retired. He got blowed up twice. He got the Navy Cross, which is the second highest award. And a woman asked him in a wheelchair when he got out of the hospital what happened. He said he was a U.S. Marine fighting in Iraq. And she said, "Good, you deserved it. You signed up for it." And he said, "You're welcome." And she just looked at him puzzled. And he said, "You have the right to say those things because of people like me."
Yeah.
So, it's just extremist.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
I
not
don't-
saying I wouldn't maybe spit on her if she walked past me,
Yeah.
but
Well, that could be attempted murder these days.
Yeah.
Depending. I mean, I don't know where this all is going to come from. This all started from a George Floyd. Obama was president for 8 years. There was no problems.
it's an election year, Jeff.
I know it's
It's an election year.
And
the black vote is the most important vote in this election this year. It is not the Hispanic vote this year. It is not the immigrant vote. It is the black vote this year is the most important. And
I
that
agree.
is what they are trying to control. Democrats have perpetuated slavery for decades. There is absolutely no indication that the Democratic Party has done anything to help elevate black Americans over the past 50 years.
They weaponize them.
Welfare, giving women the incentive to be pregnant without fathers and paying them and providing for them so that they don't need a family unit. I mean, I could go on and on and on, but the Democratic Party is trying to get that black vote right now, trying to change the narrative of what they've done for 50, 60 years, and trying to win an election with the worst possible candidate I've ever fucking seen run for president, ever.
Joe Biden. Will you even remember his
Guy's
legacy?
a fucking pedophile.
I mean,
I'm waiting.
No,
Like,
there's
when
videos.
where's
There's
the
videos of him
Epstein?
rubbing the fucking kids' shoulders and
So
shit, squeezing
creepy.
their tits
Yes.
and grabbing their hips and shit.
Where's
saying,
the
no guys till you're
Epstein
30.
doc for Biden? I'm
this-
waiting for that to
I'm
come
still
out.
waiting for
I'll send you a link. I'll post it too. On
Oh, is it from the
Barbara.
dark web?
No, it's real. It was right on a news broadcast. But I'm sure if I really dug deep, then I'd find someone that got into his iCloud and fucking.
It
saw
doesn't
him
make
getting
you
head
wonder
from an
though,
8-year-old
like
or some shit.
the whole Epstein thing. Like, we watched that. You watched it, Aaron? You watched the Epstein doc?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
So can you not like really see how long it took for this shit to come out? It was happening. It
and
was
he
legit.
went to jail before.
Went to jail and got off.
went to jail, got out at 8 in the morning and went to his
Yeah.
job
Yeah,
and came
yeah.
back at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, with his slippers. And I just feel like if that's possible, anything's possible.
It's true.
It's
everything's up for debate.
Well, why do you
Trust
think
no
he
one.
died? Because chances are he was gonna rat out every motherfucker working with him
Yes.
to get out.
That's it.
That
So, boom.
Presley rep, Diana Presley, she I don't know if she's going under cancer treatment or just prefers to be bald, but she wants to let every criminal out for a year.
Wait,
so,
for what?
So they
COVID?
don't get the COVID, yeah. So I don't know how much safer it is out here and there.
Somebody who's watching, get a link to that and post it on the feed so I can find it quickly. That's obscene.
And then coincidentally, they want to allow inmates to vote too. When in reality, they're just going to vote for anybody that says, "Yeah, we'll let you out."
No.
I don't know
Morons.
how I feel about taking away someone's right to vote.
I think that if you're a convicted felon, you should not be able to vote because your votes are going to be
Think about all the
biased
felonies,
towards
though.
people, the politicians that are going to allow you to treat the streets like a fucking free for all.
Yeah, but anybody's vote could be biased. If you read enough of fucking CNN
not
or
everyone's bias is dangerous.
There's 1,200 in some cases of voter fraud going on right now.
Where?
I don't know
Somerset.
if it's a state. Do you know that if you had me and Zen standing there with you telling horrible jokes that we could have got the 300? Because I looked, there was about 300 people that
lost by?
that just didn't vote.
oh yeah,
They just
left
chose
it
not
empty.
to vote.
I know how cruel.
Forever Raw, you're live.
Hi, Jeff.
Hi.
It's me, Sarah.
Hey, Sarah, what's
Sarah.
happening?
Hi, I'm
Happy
watching you guys.
birthday.
My phone was like, no, it's not my birthday.
No,
it's my
your son.
son's birthday.
Yeah. Happy
Yeah. He's 14 today. I was supposed to be at my mom's house. We were gonna have a big thing when my sister came up from New Jersey, but his best friend showed up this morning, knocking on the door asking if he could go fishing with him and his uncle out on the boat. So I was like, well, it's your birthday. Do what you want to do. And of course, he wants to go hang out with his friend, not me.
Right.
So that's what you get at 14 years old. What are you
Yeah.
gonna do?
My
You know?
daughter did that to
So
me when she was about 6. So,
Yeah.
for the best.
Yeah, that's all right.
For
You
her
know,
safety.
he'll be back. He'll be back around 6, and we're still gonna have dinner at my mom's, so that's fine. No.
Awesome.
Hey, listen, he's getting older, and he's growing into a very young man, a good young man. He got really good grades. I just saw his report card. Not really good, but good enough. Good enough. Passing.
Hey, to me, if
So,
you got to
know,
see,
I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
if you got to see, you were good with me.
Yeah, well, you know what? He usually gets A's and B's, but this year he got 2 A's and the rest was C's.
Well,
But I
blame it on the
understand, like, it
remote
was a little
learning. Blame it on the remote
Right.
learning.
Yeah.
I do.
It's not as
I do.
effective
So,
as classroom learning, that's for sure.
Right. So I did give him a pass on that. So at least he didn't get no D's or F's. So I guess I should be happy about it.
Yeah.
But I didn't like all them C's, but that's okay. I understood the circumstances were a little different.
Of course.
But I'm listening to the show, and Jesse, you do so good. You're so like comfortable up there. I wish I was like you, but I
I'm
get so, like,
sweating
worked up.
buckets being next to Jeff. I don't know if you can tell through the screen,
I've
but
I can't. You look great.
I've grown.
Thank you, Sarah.
My size is spread like the COVID during the crisis because I have nothing to do but eat and drink. So
I feel like I'm going to get a contact high. We're
Yeah.
sitting so close.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I got some white chocolate.
Of course you
Yeah,
do.
well, I know that I get like very like worked up, and I get very blunt and maybe a little bit too aggressive in my beliefs. And I know that I really like turn off a lot of people. And
That's
I'm
dog
just-
whistling.
I mean, I
We're gonna
just
get to
feel.
that.
You don't
Yeah, I
turn
mean, I
people,
just-
Sarah. What you do is you get either the people that agree with you to listen because they finally hear someone that is aligned with their own views, or you piss off a whole other facet of people that want to stay on and watch to fight and contradict you. And I mean, I've seen some of the people go at it, and as long as you feel comfortable with what you're doing, I think it makes for great radio, podcast, TV.
Well, I mean,
sure.
but there's always room. There's always room for improvement. Okay,
Of
so
course.
maybe I could tone things down a tad. I
You
just
could
feel
show
like
your
I get
tits
so
more,
fr-
Sarah. I mean, if you want improvement, just take your shirt off.
I feel like just get very frustrated with these false narratives. Everybody wants to take the inversion of reality and make it like it's this political agenda that everybody has to bow down to, and it's
Yeah.
the inversion of the facts that really does cause all the division, and it really does get me very frustrated because as soon as you say the truth, they just go crazy. So I mean, listen, maybe I'll try to tone it down, but I feel like the right has bent over to the left enough, and instead of getting anywhere with them, they have just become more emboldened to bully us around. So I think that people like me, like I think people on the right, maybe they should just speak up more and be more blunt and aggressive
Right.
and be like the left, because nobody pulls any punches or walks on eggshells when they're insulting me.
Right.
So why am I expected to walk on eggshells when addressing
Why?
them?
Who's telling you to do that? You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You do whatever the fuck you want. You don't have to act a certain way because people are expecting you to do that. You do what you want.
Well, that's
it.
what the liberals want. That's what
Sarah,
they want.
I have a
And it's not about what the liberals want. For me, it's more about, I guess, I feel like maybe you could catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar.
Yeah.
And I mean, sometimes the hate is a little, I mean, I don't mind the backlash, but, like, I feel like people are just, like, rabidly hating me. Like, they would burn me at the stake if they could right now, you know?
That's possible,
You know, and-
but I wouldn't worry about it.
Hey, it goes with the territory,
I'm
Sarah.
not really worried. I'm not really worried. I'm just, I'm always thinking about how I can, like, try to get my point across without being so divisive.
I
But, mean,
said
apparently the truth
wear
is just
a
divisive
more
these days.
skimpy shirt or no top at all. That would help people. I'm just kidding. I think that you shouldn't care at all what people say. I mean, obviously, it would be a concern if you feel unsafe or if people are taking it to your home
Oh, I
or
definitely
threatening
don't feel
you.
unsafe or
So, I
anything
mean,
like that, no.
with that being said, and it's not a safety issue, I think, you know, you represent a facet of people that can't or won't speak up for themselves, and I wouldn't change it at all.
Sarah,
All right,
enjoy
well, I
the day.
appreciate that, Jess.
I got
All right, I definitely
Turtle
will.
Boy coming
all
on.
right, guys, have a great show. I'll be watching.
All right,
Bye.
talk to
See
you
ya,
soon.
Sarah.
All right, bye-bye.
Sarah, always the passionate, always ready to rumble. She's awesome.
She's going to catch a case one day.
She will. She will. So let me get my notes. Is this the Honorable Clarence? What's happening?
Have a great show. I'll be watching.
All right, talk to you soon.
All right, bye-bye.
Sarah, always the passionate, always ready. Someone's got their volume on.
No, it's him.
Oh, Clarence.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, okay. You had the we were getting the feedback from the thing being on. So what's going on, man? This is Clarence from Turtle Boy.
What's happening? How are you?
We're
What's
doing
happening?
great. We're just going over a million things. Have you been called a dog whistler yet?
Oh yeah, I mean that's what they throw around when they can't pin something on you. They just call you a dog whistler.
A dog, yeah, exactly. We were getting things that we were talking about were, you know, cancel culture and how things have just gone insane around this community. What's your take on it?
What's my take on cancel culture?
Yeah.
Have you ever read the blog?
Yeah. That's what I
I
want you
think
to.
it's pretty well established.
Yeah. It's
I mean, anything in particular?
yeah, it's just 1,000 social justice warriors in New England. They all seem to end up on your page. It's fascinating. I was listening to a couple of them the other night, telling you to suck their dick, some females. So I had to question if they were females or not.
Well, that wasn't. I mean, that was just. It's not really cancel culture. That's just ratchet behavior, you know.
Right. And at Fall River, the reason why I wanted you on is because for the pool of ratchets in Massachusetts, Fall River's got to be in your top 3, no?
Yeah, it's probably in the top 3 or top 5.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been some good ones out of Fall River. I can't remember. Fall River Gutter Muppet's the one that sticks out the most. But
Got him
I was
up
gonna
at.
say that.
We have one that was featured on your blog.
I was featured on your blog.
She didn't.
I didn't remember it until you Jeff told me before this, and I pulled it up. Now I remember.
It wasn't a very
Nah, it was small.
memorable article, but I like embrace the Turtle Boy famous part of my life. I love it.
Yeah.
Like on the bucket list.
Hey, if you want to end up on Turtle Boy, that's probably the best way to end up on there. And I think that you've actually, because driving around Fall River now, you don't see as many ratchets. I think that you've caused like a different type of mentality where people know they're going to end up being put on blast. And it's not a very good thing. I also wanted to let you know, Monday mornings now, I enjoy getting up to you on Callahan.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I've been doing Thursdays a lot too. He's had me on Thursdays as well.
Oh, good. Thursdays I'm off, so I usually sleep a little later. But
That works. That setup works. You guys like kind of complement each other. You know what I mean? It's like a very smooth conversation. I think it works well.
Yeah, when is it that you and Rima will be on together again?
I'll go on with him any day, anytime, any place, anywhere. It doesn't matter. But
That's
usually Friday. I was
That's-
on with him for 5 seconds and he lost his mind.
I know it's complete gold.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, obviously, everyone noticed the numbers double or triple whenever you're on with Jerry, Jerry's got a good show going.
He does. He's got a really good show going. But like I said, those other guys, I mean, they're good. I like Tom Shattuck.
Yep.
I don't like Alex, but they don't bring their own audience. Like they leech out. I mean, I won't say anything bad about Tom. Tom's a good guy. He's got his own thing. But Alex Reamer just leeches off of Jerry. Like he's nobody.
Yes.
If those guys hadn't given him a platform. Nobody.
Right. He hasn't done anything for himself. Kind of like your old ex, Bristol.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah, she tried. She gave it a shot. Were you following that whole saga?
Yes. I felt, I live in Bristol County, so I was torn for about 13 seconds until you pulled the truth bombs out and blew them up.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, we call her the Trojan Ratchet for a reason. Like, I mean, shame on me. I didn't do my homework. I just try. She presents herself really well, and I felt for it, and I think a lot of other people did too. Because she's a good writer and she seems like she knows what she's talking about. And I had no idea. I didn't even bother looking into her past because I had no reason to. And it turns out she had all this shit, which I found out, people started telling me after she quit. It's like, thanks for letting me know now.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Well, you came out smelling like roses. My buddy that calls, he's a former Marine from South Dakota. He had said, he follows you too from out there. And he said you'd be a millionaire if you could break that Bubba Wallace debauchery.
I mean, all right. So with that thing, that's never gonna they're never gonna be able to prove that he's lying because he's got the plausible. I think he's lying. First of all,
Me too. I agree.
Because it just doesn't make any sense. And a lot of stuff has come out recently showing that there are ropes hanging from the ceilings in there already.
Right.
So yeah, I've seen some of the pictures. It sounds ridiculous, and the timing of it all, people just started finding out who this guy was last week because they got rid of the Confederate flag in NASCAR, and he wears a Black Lives Matter shirt and stuff like that. But you can't prove something didn't happen. The only reason they got Jussie is because they actually pretended to believe him, so they had an excuse to investigate it more.
Yeah.
And then they found these Nigerian guys, and then the jig was up.
Right.
It's too sloppy.
Yeah. I almost am tempted to believe the lady in New Hampshire would get with the guys with the stop sign that almost got kidnapped. I almost believe that one more.
Okay.
That was a good makeup job. That's all that was.
Yeah.
That was makeup.
Yeah, that was a good one.
It was great. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, there's been everybody believes everything they see on the internet. We call them the pumpkin spice mafia.
Yeah.
The stories have kind of died down, but a year ago they were all the rage. People posting about people in church fans. They came up to us in Walmart and they asked us if we wanted to join the church. And oh my God, there was a rape van in the parking lot. We were about to get kidnapped and I barely survived. Oh my God. Those have died down.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. But there's still plenty of. You got the Ratchets in Enfield this week that smashed the cop's head open. Everything's going nuts around. Nobody respects anything anymore.
I have a question. I
Shoot.
need clarification on the whole Dave Portnoy situation. I need to know if I can still like Barstool. Should I not like Barstool? I need some guidance on what's going on.
I mean, you can like whatever you want to like. I'm not.
It's a sellout, right?
No, I mean, I saw a little bit about it and I just didn't get a chance to look into it further. What's going on with you guys?
Well, so he's mad because I rightfully have called out the fact that he's hired a bunch of social justice douchebags.
Agreed.
Who are, 25 years old, stupid, dumb, a lot of chicks that just don't know what they're talking about, and they raise money for terrorists, for the bail fund, to bail these terrorists out of jail. And, I called him out for it, and I wrote a blog about it, and Kirk Minahan, who's my buddy, he tweets it out, and he endorses it by doing so. That gets Dave's attention. So Dave freaking has a hissy fit, and he calls up the Kirk Minahan show crying after talking about it on the rundown and crying some more about it because he knows I'm right. He knows that, Dave, I still think Dave is edgy. I think he's funny when he wants to be. Right. He doesn't really write much anymore.
Right.
But the problem is he's built this great company, right? He's made all this money, whatever, but his product is turning to shit. It's turning into social justice Huffington Post bullshit. So essentially, I think he knows that, I have all this money, and I'm freaking killing life, and life is great and all, but it peeves him on the inside a little bit to know that there's this guy out in Worcester County who is doing what he used to do and doing it better than him. And yeah, I'm not freaking making the money he makes.
Yeah.
But I still am free. You know, and
Right.
I think he resents that.
A little bit of jealousy.
Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
you'll probably eclipse him within the next 18 months or so.
I don't know about that. But
Look what Howard Stern did. He turned into a sellout too.
Yeah.
I did.
Once he get a lot of people are famous for that. I no doubt that you will not do that.
But after they do it after they make their money, though, you know, It's
Right.
like they make their money
First,
And
yeah.
'cause if they were like this the whole time, they'd be boring. The thing about being like going along with the flow and saying all the politically correct things is everyone's saying it, so you're not really original, so
Right.
you don't stand out.
Right.
Like Howard Stern and Dave Portnoy stood out because they were going against the grain.
Right.
If they had gone with the grain, they never would have made it that far to begin with.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My other big hatred from your page is that the big-titted Josh Abrams.
Oh God.
And that I think he's got a Spanish accent. He goes and
Anselmo.
yeah.
Anselmo, yeah.
What a pair of balls they are. I mean,
They're losers. I mean, they're just.
yeah, not even worth the time to discuss them. But I just wanted to touch upon that. Also, you got the book, right? Where can they
I
buy?
do have the book.
Amazon.
Yeah, it's a couple years. I mean, it's almost 2 years old now. I've written it, but I'm thinking about writing a second one, just like a part two, because so much shit happens in the last 2 years that hasn't even been included
Right.
in that book. So I feel like I need to just keep writing books every couple of years. But yeah, it's called I Am Turtle Boy. It's available on Amazon.
Yeah. Well, you got a whole chapter or two with Katie and DCF and all that. So.
Oh, that'll be the biggest chapter of the book.
Yeah. Well, it was great hearing from you. Hope to hear from you again. And we're fans. We'll keep a lookout for the next blog. TurtleBoySports.com.
I'm gonna buy the book too. I didn't even know he had one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am
Check
Turtle
that out.
Boy. It's coming out when
Okay.
it actually came out.
Yeah, we hope you like it.
All right, brother. Nice talking
All
to you.
right.
Have a good
Thanks
one,
for
man.
having me, guys.
All right, have a good one. Yeah, that's the blog is great. It's sometimes you don't want to end up on there.
I've already been on it.
I understand. I thought Sarah might
You
have
got
too
it
for that
easy.
flag burning thing.
You got it easy.
I feel like, but you know how he
Who's
just
burning the
said,
flag?
When they kneel and they had that flag burning or whatever t-shirt burning, not flag, the Kaepernick burning.
Oh,
Didn't that make Turtle
that
Boy?
shit was stupid.
Oh, I
Fucking
don't know.
Burning Nike shirts.
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
But I don't know. But it seems as though it's kind of like policing the area. Like people aren't slinging their pussy all over the street anymore for a pack of cigarettes, and it's like people are tightening up a little bit because they don't want to end up on Turtle Boy.
I will say there is an inherent underlying vibe of not wanting to get put on that fucking show or on that blog. And I will tell you from personal experience, the second I got a text message with the link to it, my heart started racing and I was like, what the fuck? And then
Yeah.
I was like, this is probably the worst day of my life.
There's Forever Raw, and then there's fucking Turtle Boy.
Well, you're
you know-
both the same as far as the essence of saying truths, calling out the real shit, not having filters. In essence, you're the same. I think
He goes a lot deeper into the truth part, though, where I kind of dress it up
Yes.
with some makeup.
Well,
and
by
kinda
truth, I mean he
make it
brings the
sound good.
screenshots. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And he's got this army of turtle riders who support him and help him. And for me personally, he had people. I don't even think he tells them. I think it's all just like an underlying. They all know what to do. They go to the pages. They infiltrate. And it's very effective. But you definitely don't want to be on there.
Yeah,
He's
I
good.
mean,
He's awesome.
I've
All of 'em.
kicked the story over to him. I don't know that he's ever used one. But it's hey, people put themselves out there. There's people taking advantage of situations every day, and when they get put on blast. But what makes me confused is how they call up, and they always use the same word, deformation. So they're gonna. I don't know if he made them born with their arm backwards or something, but he's always catching these deformation suits. People are taking him to court,
And he keeps winning
and-
without an attorney.
he keeps winning, yeah. And
amazing.
and you can support his page. Right on the page, he's got a link. Support Turtle Boy. Ad
Yes.
free link.
I've donated
I'd
to him
recommend it.
several times.
Forever Raw, you're live.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Is it still afternoon?
Hi, Mr. Higgins.
Oh, you're good at voice recognition.
From my
Ah.
undisclosed bunker
I only talk to him 3 or 4 times a day, so.
witness protection plan.
Oh, speak up again.
I say I'm calling from the undisclosed bunker in my federal witness protection program.
Oh, is it the basement of TNT Hot Dogs?
Yes, this is Patrick. Let's have.
We haven't heard from you in a couple weeks. Jess goes away and then you go away.
Yeah, I've been on assignments.
Ah, top secret assignments.
I participated last night in the Zoom meeting of the Fall River Zoning Board.
Oh,
The guy came in because they had built a carport without the proper permits. And Attorney Salino came in asking for forgiveness because it's always easier to get forgiveness than it is to get permission.
After the fact.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
he did my closing
Especially when,
on my house.
especially when you build the carport on a holiday weekend when there's nobody around to catch you.
Well, hey.
So I opposed that permit, and the zoning board did the right thing and said,
Well,
you
good.
can't do illegal shit, then come here and ask us to make it legal.
Over your dead body, Patrick.
Patrick,
Is that right?
you're one of a kind. Are you,
They don't call me the open meeting law police for nothing.
yeah, no. Patrick's another one you don't want to get under his skin. But he'll do it the legal way and drag you through the mud instead of just posting you out there.
Meow.
Some people play with guns, I play with courts.
Yeah. Well, Patrick, we got a busy show today, brother.
Bye, Patrick.
Call
Call
us.
me.
I can tell you the Burger Kings in Fall River, if they haven't, I know President Avenue has. They're changing their drinks from the fountain drink to the freestyle Coke machines that Five Guys and Wendy's have.
Nice.
And to me,
Does that mean anything to anybody that Burger King is going to be changing their soda machines over to the freestyle ones that Five Guys have?
I like those machines.
What's
the difference? What's the difference, Sean?
you got 200 flavors.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like everything.
Like Wendy's has all the.
Oh, like Jim Beam and Coke?
An
No, you're onto
iPad of
something.
drink flavors.
I could go
The
for
thing
something like
is-
that.
But the thing is, the drive-thrus, when they have the freestyle, they can only pour one drink at a time. Where they didn't have the freestyle, they could do they could do an orange, a Sprite, and a root beer. Now they can do the orange, stop. Okay, now the Sprite now, and it's going to slow up people at the drive-thru.
Yeah, there's going to be some idiocy that comes out of that, Patrick. But thanks for calling, Patrick.
Bye,
We're got a tight
Patrick.
schedule this week. We'll talk to you soon. New soda fountain things at Burger King. What else are they going to invent next? I saw at one Walmart down south they were putting in all of those monitors where you just scan your own stuff. I don't know how that's going to work for
The self checkout.
yeah.
They have it now.
But no,
Stop and
every
Shop.
single one they're doing. It's a
Oh wait.
pilot program.
Oh, like a McDonald's or something like that.
Like there'll be no
People.
cashiers. If you want liquor or tobacco, I guess you can like bring the little tag up and scan it,
End of humanity.
and then they'll run it out to you or whatever because Walmart. What would we do without that? What else did we have going on? Today's show's kind of flying by. Our show sponsors: Excellent Pizza, Johnny's Crossroad Wine and Spirit, Prestige Automat, Tempest Fisheries. I had those scallops today. They were huge. They were, I don't know. What would you call that?
Decent
a
size.
silver dollar, a double silver dollar. They were
Is that
good.
the width of your dick? What is this?
Yeah, no, yeah. Let's get there. But yeah, we've got that. I wanted to talk about. I guess there's an update on that suicide. It wasn't related to domestic violence.
I can bring something up while you're looking.
Chop, yeah,
What chop?
yeah.
What's that?
That's that city
Autonomous
that
zone up in
Chaz?
fucking-
Chaz, Chop.
Where?
Yeah.
What does Chaz mean? I'm obsessed
It's
with Chaz.
Capitol Hill.
Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone.
Autonomous zone. And
Fucking
get this,
dumpster
Clowns.
fire that place is.
it is.
It's
it is.
gone though, right?
And if
Not yet, but it's going.
if
to be.
I could make a mayor of that zone, it would be RBT. I would
no.
make him. Yes.
You got to get Flanagan in there.
RBT.
With his fake
RBT. I
Gucci
drove
Fendi shit.
after the show 2 or 3 weeks ago. I drove to, and I know you guys were spying out why I was at the Somerset Town Hall, because my magic spies told me
Dangerously close to my house,
Dangerously
should I say?
close to-
Dangerously
yes.
close.
for a secret meeting. But I did bring RBT enough for like a I don't even know if that place is still open next to the post office. Subway, is it?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think he's living behind there in the woods.
Well, he could be living somewhere else. I made an offer.
You did, and he wanted to. he
Won it for free.
yeah.
So some people may remember because I was on, but my dad had passed away, and my dad was a homeless veteran living in a bus that he converted into a house, and
it was a decent looking one, nice.
it's got like a subfloor, it's got like a heater in it or whatever, and
After listening to my wife the other night, I was trying to look for it.
I can make it available for you. And, you know,
Just
like we
kidding.
tried to sell it, we put it online, but it's a very unique thing. You know what I mean? It takes like a very specific type of person that would need it or want it. And we tried to sell it to cover costs or whatever. So anyway, we couldn't sell it. And I said to Jeff, I talked it over with my sister. I said, you know, let me make a peace offering to RBT and offer him this thing and say, listen, if you can come up with $1,000, that's going to cover whatever outstanding costs we have. We were paying rent to house it, but then you could have it.
I was willing to pitch in. She was going to pitch in a little. We were all going to, as a community, try to help the guy out.
And he didn't want it.
He actually got insulted
That I wouldn't just give it to him?
and said that he's in the position he is in because of me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which
I tried
I
to
wish I
help
could
him. It
take
was like a
credit for.
peace offering, you know?
I wish I could take credit for that. But yeah, I'd make RBT the mayor of Chaz. The actual mayor of Chaz said that she wants to end it.
Wait. There's a mayor?
No. The mayor
Seattle.
of Seattle.
Okay,
Seattle.
fine. Yes.
Wants to end it peacefully without the police.
Sure. So did they? I'm
Like
concerned.
that'll happen. They
Where
have
did
fucking
they?
AR-15s. When the sun goes down, they're raping women, stabbing people and shit. It'll go real fucking
Chaz
brutal.
babies.
Where did they get there? First of all, they put up walls and borders immediately, right?
Yeah.
They put up
Border
borders
patrol.
and walls immediately.
The
Those
liberals,
were stolen
the liberals
too.
built a
Those were
wall.
stolen
So they
too.
stole those and
Yeah.
built a wall to separate themselves from everybody else and keep other people out.
And they literally, I'm pretty sure it's either there or some other little bullshit autonomous zone, but I'm pretty sure it's Chaz. They fucking have a section for blacks only.
Why?
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 Exactly. So it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Masking fucking.
they
I
were
posted it
stealing
on Facebook.
electricity.
Masking fucking regression as progression.
I think the black people are getting the worst treatment ever from the Democrats right now.
It's gross.
And they're pinning it on the common people.
Republicans. They're pitting it on Republicans.
it's-
the party that freed the slaves.
The
Party behind the emancipation.
Yes. I interact with people of every race, every nationality all the time. And if I had to be a racist against one, it would be like the
Women.
Bedford gangbangers, like those
Women.
those they're trashy kids. They like treat their wife like shit, their girlfriend like shit. They're just losers.
What was it? Wait, say it again.
They're like just losers, like these bums that play PlayStation all day. They don't work. They beat up their girlfriend.
Why are you talking about Calvin?
I'm not.
All right.
No.
Calvin's a great guy.
I'm talking.
I actually wish
I'm
Calvin
talking
were
about
here.
Caucasian ones.
But listen, I wanted to have a conversation with Calvin because remember back on an episode of the show, I asked him if I was allowed to use the N-word when I was singing songs or rap songs. Am I allowed to? And he was saying, yes, you can. You should. He was encouraging me.
I can find this
Encouraging.
instantly, by the
No,
way.
but remember
because I
he was
listened
saying,
to
Jess,
it in the
say it.
shower
Say
this
the N-word.
morning.
Say the N-word. And I would never do that, right? But
Yeah.
do I not say it when I'm singing a song on the radio? Is this Rough Riders? Is this DMX? Who is this? I don't know.
That's C Murder Magic. Snoop Dogg. I was listening to this morning, and I'm like thinking of it, and I'm saying, and I'm skipping the N word because you can't say that anymore, and God forbid Benson or Lulu hear me utter that word or my daughter. So I'm in the shower, and I'm like.
And you
Skipping
skip it.
words, yeah. It's like
But-
listening to Eminem on Pro FM. Half the shit you can't hear.
But according to Calvin,
You
you
can suck my. That's
Yeah.
it. Just ruins the song. According to Calvin, you can.
I wish he were here so I could continue that conversation in today's
Calvin's kind of
narrative.
dropped off the earth.
well, rightfully so.
Either he's doing very well with his entrepreneurship, or he's just ignoring certain people.
He's getting ready to settle down.
He's having a baby.
Yeah,
having a baby.
he's having a gender reveal party soon.
And we used to joke
Yeah.
about this all the time.
Is
by
Calvin
the way.
in the comments?
No, hold on.
No. So yeah, hopefully Calvin's out there. Dallas is out sick this week. So we're gonna have, I don't know, we got musical chairs. We're gonna be. I know that I'm going to. It was Father's Day, and my daughter got me a couple days. She's going away for 4 days to an Airbnb in Connecticut
Wait,
for her
your daughter?
graduation. Yep.
How old?
18. She'll be 18.
With
That's
a
her
parent?
birth- with no.
She's like
3 other
28,
kids.
Jess. Come on.
She's lived under my roof. She's already
Yeah.
like knows how to operate and dismantle an M16.
She can gut and dissect a person. and
My
hide
daughter
the
went to
body.
New Hampshire for 4 nights with her friends, or 3 nights, and I legit was like not okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, you're a mother.
No,
I'm much more reckless.
Do you
than
remember what you were doing at 18, 19?
Yeah.
Who you were doing at 18, 19?
I joined the Marines at 18 and a half, 19.
I've already heard 1,000 of your Marine stories.
But before that,
they're
I
tragic.
I definitely did a lot of, I snorted
Cocaine?
some
Yes.
coke.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. When I was 16, I was.
Yes.
So that's why I'm not worried, because my daughter, at almost 18, has not experienced anything that I did already by then. But anyway, so she decided the preceding days, she's got me at the Atlantic Beach Club in Newport for a couple nights with my wife. So she's gonna. It's plotted perfectly where she's
called
not going to
pre-gaming.
Yeah, a whole week. So she's got the house to
Pre-game.
herself.
Yeah.
She's gonna do it all.
Right.
I told
We're
her.
going to be having her own gender reveal soon.
Yes.
All right.
Look at Sean trying to
may-
deflect everything I say. I finally can be who I want to be and say what I want. And Sean's like, okay,
The only way
no.
we're having a gender reveal is if she adopts something.
Listen, you were
Put it
starting
that
to
way.
talk about something. If you could pick a type of person that it would be okay to be racist against, who would you pick? You're saying these guys that play PlayStation all day?
I'm saying
that don't work.
These kids that just want to gamers, bums, but not the. I don't know. It's tough. You see
Shitheads.
them.
Shitheads.
They come in. They don't want to help. They'll be the girl with her daughter, and he's the father, and he doesn't pay child support.
I want to be
Just a
racist
typical
towards
bum.
anybody that throws trash out a car window.
Yes.
Like, it is one of my biggest pet peeves.
I don't like
know.
letters either. No,
How can
fuck
you
that.
take a bottle like this and then just open your car window and throw it outside? Do you think it just magically disappears?
It's disgusting. People do it with diapers, with
It's so
with everything,
gross.
with
Face
trash.
masks,
So I'm going to be
condoms.
racist against people that throw trash out their car windows.
How many times did Angels Anonymous go to Cook Pond and clean that place?
It's
And
ridiculous.
then the next week, the same shit's there.
But that's not even deliberate going to, listen, getting rid of trash. I could also write a whole life story about this. I think Americans in general take advantage of the fact that you have trash pickup. You literally don't even have to think about where your shit goes. You literally put it in a bag and put it outside and it disappears. You don't know where it goes. You don't know if they light it on fire, if it's on
To
a
me, the
barge, it's in
extent
the
of it
ocean.
is my kitchen. In my kitchen, there's a trash barrel. That's all I have to
He
do.
doesn't
is
even take the trash out.
I don't know where it goes from there. I know that I probably pay someone to come pick it up because Westport's private.
But so okay, so you get trash and think about like in the olden days where you literally had to like throw
like
trash
5
out your
people.
window.
Rap.
Yeah.
But
Oh, the Warwick.
No. Everyone wants you to rap, but we can talk about war.
Oh yeah,
Warwick,
I
too.
can rap. I can
Hey,
rap.
listen, Jeff is a very
my
talented rapper.
daughter used to have me. She'd play the music and like Eminem, and I can get it. But
Jeff
do
can
it
rap.
now. Now is the
I'm too
time.
fly for
He
a white
can
guy.
rap the fast part of Rap God. First try, perfect.
Yeah, I can do it all.
Cannot.
I'm like middle-aged white Kanye West, except everyone's being taught to hate me because I'm what's wrong with this world.
Well, it's because you hate Taylor.
Taylor Swift?
Fuck
Yes.
Taylor Swift.
Do you want to fucking look at my
Why are you getting
playlist?
so close to me?
Sorry, but
What is happening?
look.
What is this?
From my
Wait, is this your playlist?
Where's my? It should be. It should come up under my history. No, look.
Oh, he does have Taylor Swift
She's
on
like
it.
my number one.
Wait, let me see. Michael Jackson,
Even Troy
Taylor
wants you to rap.
Swift, Queen,
Well, only Michael Jackson because I want to see
Queen.
like when he switched to,
Ozzy
from white to
Osbourne,
black. You know, like when someone
Savage
goes from
remix
democracy
by
to
Megan Thee
Republican.
Stallion.
No.
Now me and my
Swear to
daughter.
God.
Me and my daughter share this account. I prefer you go through my RedTube history before you do this
Hey,
because
he's 2 seconds away from making TikToks.
yeah, Jess has my phone and I haven't cleared my history in 2 weeks. I'm fucked. So I'm gonna get a temporary restraining order against you and my phone, so nobody's near it. Let's see here. How do we do this? Does anyone have any idea how that happens? Are courts even open these days?
Would you be okay with your search history being public? One day, just one day of
Here's
your
the
search
thing, though.
history.
You have to understand, I have no search history.
Why?
Because he
Because-
does the black web.
Yeah, nothing's tracked.
Yeah,
I
Ever?
have- I have
Nothing?
no search history whatsoever.
he doesn't. He's just
You have
You
no
have
idea
no
what I'm looking
footprint.
up. No footprint.
nothing.
Would you be okay with just one day of your search history being out in public?
I wouldn't care.
Oh.
Well, we're doing public.
Public.
Like I'll show you guys.
No, like
Oh
would-
fuck no.
No.
Put it on Turtle Boy.
No, yeah. Oh, No, we're all set with that. But that the show went quick. Is it time to drink yet? I had all these things. COVID.
6 minutes.
Now, COVID, I'm interested to see because I took a ride through 4 over today, and everything is like back to normal. Cars are everywhere. There's traffic. I get pegged off 2 or 3 times. People cutting in front of you. So is COVID going to spike up again? Or overdose is going to spike up again? 4 over Roy, you're live. Last caller.
Hey, what's up, Jeff?
Hey, we couldn't have called it a show without Meads Media Mayhem.
How you doing, Jess? I see
Hey.
Jess over there.
Hi.
Yeah.
How are you?
We got
Great.
Jess.
How are
Just got a
you?
new phone.
Huh?
Yeah, I just got a new phone because I was in I was in Facebook jail for a little while.
What?
So,
Well,
so you
could
bought a new phone?
Well, how could you be in Facebook
I
jail?
had to switch over. I had to make a new Facebook because of
What'd you do?
people are saying about the races and all this stuff going on.
What, the
it's like
NASCAR
violent,
races?
You know, and did you hear about that guy that committed suicide inside the police station parking lot in Fall River?
We talked about that first thing, unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to call in, but there's also, I think another one somewhere. I think a 4-year-old autistic boy fell off a ninth floor balcony
In Brockton.
and climbed outside.
Yeah, in Brockton.
In Brockton, yeah.
That was
That's
crazy.
a shame, man.
Yeah.
Terrible.
That's
That is a terrible.
parenting 101. You know, I mean, if you have a child that's
Parenting 101.
special
right?
needs, you need
You're
to
supposed
pay
to sit
attention.
there
He
and
was
watch
with
your
his
children.
grandmother
Grandmother.
after not seeing him for like 3 months.
Pay attention.
because of
Oh,
COVID.
grandma should have got up from the chair and grabbed a hold of him, right?
She should have grabbed her uterus,
David
thrown it
Mead.
over her shoulder, and got the walker.
I said grandma should have grabbed a hold of him.
Grandma
dragged him
got
back
run
into the house,
over
and
by
let
a
him go home.
reindeer.
You make
Grandma-
no
grandma
apologies,
got run over
Mead,
by a
huh?
reindeer, right?
David,
Right.
so
And
hey, what do you think about this? To wrap up the show with this grandmother that's going to come out on Turtle Boy, that the mother of this poor child that landed 9 rows down and blasted itself all over half of Brockton. The mother
Painted
was
the block.
the mother was out in Florida smoking crack somewhere with her COVID-19 stimulus money. You want to bet that's a possibility? No, I mean I don't know. I could be totally
Erin's face.
slandering someone.
Erin
but
looks over the bush and goes, oh my God, is that what
it could be.
happened?
You know, it could be.
Bullshit. That stimulus money is long gone.
That
It's
the
a
mother
joke.
was smoking
Oh,
crack.
you're getting more,
And
though.
the little boy,
More stimulus. Hell
and the
yeah.
little boy slipped out and fell
ready.
off the balcony.
Right? Maybe he didn't eat enough and he slid between the bars, but I don't know. I mean, I don't. That's Brockton.
That's crazy.
It's a sad.
Brockton, everybody smokes crack over there.
Oh,
Shit, I gotta move to Brockton for
I
a
can't
month.
deal with
we're
David
playing
Mead
in the
today.
Brockton
I
Hub,
swear to
David.
God.
What are you doing?
David Mead just ruining everyone's lives.
Hey, but everybody smokes crack. But hey, Paul Coogan.
Paul Coogan smoke
Paul
crack?
Coogan.
Hey, does Coogan smoke
Paul
crack?
Coogan, Paul Coogan signed an ordinance where that to get the war,
Firecrackers.
fireworks.
Yeah.
Yeah, firecrackers.
I thought they were
And
supposed to
just
call-
off all around Pleasant Street.
No, you got it mixed up. It's supposed to be. They're now called Fire Caucasians instead of firecrackers.
Yes.
That's the new ordinance. Kind of like Rhode Island
Fire
took.
Caucasian.
Rhode Island took away
I think it's $100.
the name Providence
I think it's
Plantations.
$100 fine, Jeff.
How much? How much?
I think it's $100 to $1,000. I'm not sure. I looked at
Worth
it. And
it.
everything. I looked at it.
And
The
10
paper
years
online, but
imprisonment.
Worth it.
Now, are people smoking this fire crack? Is the crack fire?
maybe.
I'm kind of confused.
Probably they're probably smoking crack and putting them out at this light and going boom.
Boom.
All right, David
don't know.
Mead. Mead's Media Mayhem. We'll talk to you soon, brother Mead.
Bye, David.
David Mead. Wow.
Listen, you know I do not
It's-
like when he calls.
Hold on. Do you think he's still talking to his phone right now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. What were
He's
you saying,
laughing.
What
Jess?
the fuck? I laughed like 5 times during that call.
I mean,
I love
Mead's,
when David
Mead's
calls.
hysterical. I
He's
want to get
awesome.
one of these places that open up to do a comedy night and have David Mead do a show for us.
Everybody
Yes.
smokes crack in Brockton.
Everybody smokes,
Everybody.
whether it's a firecracker, Cracker Jacks, fire Caucasians, whatever it
It's
can
crazy.
be. But
So funny.
So Jess came back.
Taught him
Thanks
about
for-
crack.
Who knows who'll be here next week? We might all
Thank
be
you
dead.
for letting me come back for today. I appreciate it.
It's just today, or you week to week? We got to
I-
check with the agent again.
Well, or my, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have your attorney call my attorney type of thing.
Sure thing.
Other than that, do you have anything else?
This is so fun.
How
I
about
miss
you?
it. I miss
Yeah.
it.
How about you? Do you have anything else for
Yeah,
us?
Erin, do you have something you want to say?
Erin doesn't say anything.
Erin.
She's the keeper of all the screenshots. She's the keeper of all
The
the
flash drive.
So when you turn up,
Flash
the
drive.
jump drive.
when you turn up dead, she's got the list of suspects.
Actually, do you have someone that can recover your account on Facebook? If
What do
you
you-
pass away, you have to have a person that can recover you.
Oh, memorial.
Erin is
Oh
mine.
no! If I die, no one. I'm the only one in my.
Erin is mine. I have a twin sister, and Erin is still mine.
Hey, TT's listening. She's probably pissed,
TT.
pissed right now.
She got so mad at you last week. 'cause-
Me?
Yes. She's like,
Fucking TT mad at me.
you were messaging her and giving her shit, and she messages me, and she's like, "Take fucking care of
You know,
Jeff right now.
watch
He's
this.
driving me nuts."
Oh,
Watch this.
I was just messing with
TT
her.
is canceled.
TT, call us up. TT.
Cancel culture, TT.
TT, call us up. You
TT.
son of a gun.
Well, I'm gonna pin the comment too.
Nah, TT's all right. TT,
TT's
you know, TT.
canceled. No more TT.
The thing with TT is TT can calm me down, take me from 60 to 0 in a second.
Yeah.
Because she gets that Columbia Street shit, and she's like, "Don't fuck with me,"
Yes.
and I'm like, "Okay."
Yes.
So good for you,
TT could
TT.
move anywhere, and TT chooses to live right off of Columbia Street
Right.
for 15 straight years.
She likes it.
She loves it.
Hey, she
Right.
just commented, pissed. Oh no.
We love you, TT. All right. Well, unfortunately, it's my drinking time. It was a nice show. Good to have Jess back.
Thank you. We had Turtle Boy on.
Turtle Boy,
Like,
Turtle
Yeah,
Boy,
Turtle
yeah.
Boy, Jess,
Turtle Boy,
David Mead,
Zen,
Yes.
Aaron.
Aaron,
There's free drinks tonight at Aaron's house.
Family Food Grocery Outlet.
That's,
Check them out.
That's somewhere between the Buffington Park and the liquor store, Weber's
TT,
liquor store,
you're
where
live.
RBT lives.
Okay, am I still on the air?
Yes, you are.
Hi, it's TT.
Why the fuck else would you want to call me?
Yeah, my car's in the shitter. Come fix it. No.
I just got a text.
Hey.
Listen, I just got a text at the beginning of the show from my cousin's daughter-in-law about that. So don't curse me. What's happening, TT?
You went to the
Nothing
casino?
much. You were, Jeff, you were a pain in the ass while I was trying to get my casino on last week. Like, I'm active in casino trying to win some money, and you're texting me with your crying.
What casino is this?
Brian.
I was at Tiffany's.
She
I
got an invite to Tiverton.
You don't even live in Rhode Island.
No, she's a high roller. They
You're
called her
canceled.
back.
Oh wow!
Canceled.
So did I save you some
I'm
money?
like- So I'm trying to gamble, live my best quarantine, Trump money life, and you're like messaging me crying about my sister. I don't want to hear it.
Okay, so I guess you lost. You lost.
Yes, because you.
Okay, because of me.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
She's like RBT.
All right, that's it. That's it. Show's over.
Bye,
Goodbye,
TT.
TT.
Bye, TT.
Ruined my day. God damn
Canceled.
it.
No
That's
more
it.
TT. That's it.
She's
Cancel culture.
She's all set.
she's out of the fat bank.
Do you have any predictions for
No
next
fapping.
week? What's going to happen between now and your next show
I have
in
a
the
pre-
world?
I have a prediction. My
Go.
main prediction is many people will die at Chaz. That's what I think. And
between now and
that's-
next Tuesday.
That's what we're going to be talking about next week.
Okay,
People
Jeff?
dead.
Really?
I think that I
mean,
think
hopefully,
I
but-
think hopefully cooler heads can prevail. Black Lives Matter. The police and everybody can just fuck off. Get their message out there. Share it. Just because people don't wear the shirt doesn't mean they don't believe it. Obviously, there's racism out there. I give you a perfect example of this douchebag that I wanted shot. So, but you said that was too harsh.
Too harsh.
But yeah, there's no. I mean, racism is so 1850ish. Jesus Christ.
Racism is never okay. Then in the same breath, fuck white people.
Right? Yeah. I mean, whatever.
Fucking clowns.
It is what it is. Just everybody get along, love one another, do for one another,
Yes.
and buy me a sleeve.
Do one more thing before you go. You have your phones?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Google any number, any three number. So 275, 619 new cases.
I did that one.
Okay. I'm gonna do
Do it.
619
New
new
cases.
cases.
All right. And then Google it. And what does it tell you?
Tells me that AIDS 19.
No. Scroll up. No, back down. So, did you? No, you put a. You didn't put a
Oh, I
619.
put
You put a dollar. You put
$19.
$19 new cases.
I haven't had a fucking drink in 22 hours.
He's
Okay,
a
do
little
that.
shaky.
So does it tell you something about that number of corona cases?
Yeah,
now?
and like
Okay.
3 different places.
Okay, now put in a different 3-digit number.
000?
No, do
No,
like
no,
325.
Yeah, 325.
335.
Okay.
Just so I can be
New
a bit
cases.
obstinate. New case, first one.
Okay, now do another number.
Pen-
Any number you put in between fucking 100 and 999 is a news story associated with new cases of coronavirus.
But-
my mind was blown when I did this
that is
yesterday.
crazy.
It is crazy.
Everyone's still asking Jeff to rap, and you might earn a sleeve for it. You want to close off the show with earning
Do
a
it,
sleeve, or
please.
do you want to wait for next week?
Give the people what they want.
You know what? Let me
rap,
dress.
Jeff.
a-
I'm not gonna buy you a sleeve till you rap. I want Jeff to rap. Go,
Okay.
Jeff, go. I'm reading all different
I
comments.
have to practice a little bit. What's that song? Eminem.
Seeing Jeff rap
back-
is on my bucket list.
But you
People
better
will-
tend to
are
it.
willing
Yeah,
to
yeah,
die.
yeah.
Oh, he's doing
Like
it.
this one,
Okay, let's go. Do it.
Without me.
That's enough.
Oh my god.
All right, it's Jim Beam time. So
Yes.
I'm gonna unwrap a sleeve of Jim Beam.
Sleeve.
Thanks for tuning
So
in.
clever.
Shout out to Turtle Boy. Thanks for
Yay.
coming on. Mead,
Shout out.
RBT. Thanks for not calling in, and TT. Thanks for exposing me as a fucking pussy.
Crybaby.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Oh, hold on.